Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me I have the AEGIS SABRE. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today, the AEGIS SABRE. This ship here is quite the little stealth fighter. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because then you get notified of any future reviews, future gameplay videos, live streams, as well as a ton of giveaways that I do on the channel. So make sure you subscribe to be notified. I appreciate every one of you. You guys are all amazing. Now, moving on to the AEGIS SABRE here. This stealth fighter, if you were to buy it on the Pledge Store, it is $175, or if you buy it in-game, it is $4,498,200 AUEC. It's a pretty decent in-game price for a stealth fighter. This ship isn't that much bigger than a Hornet Mark II, so if you think about it, it's just depending on what style you want, you can definitely do pretty good with this ship. It's not terrible in the damage game, and overall it's just a nice looking ship. If we were to take a look at that, this ship does output 1,164 damage per second, and that's due to the 4 size 3 CF337 Panthers, 2 on each side of the ship, and it outputs a good amount of damage, and the capacitors are much better now compared to what they were prior with this ship, which is good. I do appreciate that, and you can always swap those guns out for something that does just a bit more, giving it quite that advantage. Obviously, compared to a Hornet you can upgrade quite a bit, so that's kind of the difference there. And so this ship is kind of a specialty. If you like Aegis, you like the design, you're going to really like this ship here compared to the Hornet. Now, this ship also has 4 size 3 missiles. There are 2 Thunderbolt 3s and 2 Arrestor 3s. So it's an alright missile payload. It's 4 size 3s compared to another ship that has 8 size 1s and stuff like that. So I do like the bigger missile size. That always is very helpful when you're attacking a target first on as a stealth ship. Now, you also have 2 size 1 shield generators, outputting a total of 2,560 bubble shield. That's not the greatest. Prior, it was 3,000, but with the huge shield change that went around, that changed pretty much everything. So now your shield's down to 2,560. So you got to be kind of wary of that as a, already kind of fragile ship. Or, you'd think it's fragile. Surprisingly, though, this thing has more HP than pretty much any other stealth fighter out there, sitting at a total of 23,000 ship HP, which is actually really good, and I appreciate that, because compared to something like a Hornet, where you're sitting closer to 12,000, this is a pretty decent amount, and allowing you to stay in that battle for a little bit longer, even after you lose your shield, which is great. I mean, it's a stealth fighter. It shouldn't really be sitting there brawling with other ships too much. You're supposed to hit, run, kind of come back, hit, run, and keep taking advantage of your EM rating, dipping in and out of radar contact. So it can definitely do that. It has great stealth functionality, sitting around 5,000 EM rating, which is actually pretty low. And I'm sure you could probably get that lower depending on what, modules you might change in and out on the ship. Now, it does have a top speed of 206 SCM with a 480 forward boost and a 230 backwards boost, as well as a 1,235 navigation speed and a pitch yaw roll of 55, 55, 160. Now, I will say that's a pretty slow top speed, and I'm not too excited about that. Given the look of this ship, you would think it's pretty speedy, pretty able to really maneuver, especially in atmosphere. This thing looks like it would really just fly. So kind of disappointing on the ship speed, especially if you compare it to a lot of its competitors. And then the pitch yaw roll is actually pretty good. I don't mind that so much. That 160 roll with the 55 yaw really is a little bit different than certain other ones. So that really allows this ship to kind of elevate just a little bit above something like an F7C Hornet Ghost Mark II. And that's a kind of another hit point for this here. So that's kind of nice. Now you do only have 13.5 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 0.7 SCU of quantum fuel. So this thing is not making the jump from Stanton to Pyro if what counts on that is going over that 1.0 mark. Now, no stealth ship so far in the game is going to go over that mark. So really, honestly, there's not too much of a change there. But it's kind of a bummer, you know, with all the changes. I'm not sure if they're going to keep it the way they've had it and make it that 1 million requirement or 1M requirement. That's probably going to change, but we'll just have to wait and see how that works out. And a lot of these stats, this is no different with 4.0 either. I was looking at the 4.0 stats of this ship, and they're all the same. So with that, let's go ahead and take this ship into a battle and see how she performs. All right, as you can see, this ship had no problem taking care of those smaller AI targets. It can definitely handle bigger targets and probably more aggressive ones, especially player bounties, just due to its stealth capabilities and having 4 size 3 weapons. As a stock ship, a stock stealth ship, this thing just outputs a good amount of DPS and it has a great amount of stealth. Now, honestly, my rating is an 8 out of 10 just because of the lack of shield and the lack of speed. It's pretty slow given its role, but the number, you know, there's also another thing that's really cool. It does have its components pass, including a weapons rack and a storage locker, which, as you can see on screen, gotta love that. There are some ships releasing right now that don't have these features, like the Hornet Mark II. And that's kind of a big bummer. These things are definitely kind of required nowadays, so you can do more than just attack another ship and then leave the area. You can go and loot and do a couple more things with having that ability, so that's really, really nice. Let me know, what do you think of the Aegis Sabre down in the comments below. And I want to know, are you going to pick one up during IAE? Are you getting one in game? Is it a ship that doesn't really interest you? I think it has a great looking exterior design. It definitely needs like a pass though, because it's lacking a lot of the detail that you see in a modern release in today's ships, just like many ships are. But otherwise, I think it looks great, and it's a pretty cool ship to fly around. Feels really fun. So let me know down below if you plan on getting one. And, oh yeah, did I also mention, yeah, it has its full components pass. Nope, that was it. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.